Okay, guys, so remember how this works. Everyone put your hands on the marker and don't move it yourself. Let the spirits do it. Hello? Are you there? Yes. Is this Scatman Jon? Yes. The same Scatman Jon who recorded the several scat-centric Eurodance signals like I'm the Scatman and Scatman's World in the mid-90s before passing away in 1999? Yes! Scatman, we're contacting you from the land of the living. Do you have any unfinished business or messages you want us to pass on? Oh my God, what's he saying? S K O P B O O D L Y O P D E E E O P O P O P. Yeah, I'll ask him. Hey, Scatman. Yes. I think we kind of get like the spirit of the message. It's like scatting, right? Yes. Are you married to like the specific phonics of the scatting? Yes. But would it be okay if we're just like, we have a message from Scatman Jon from Beyond the Grave and then we just kind of riffed? No. O P O P C U C A C U Doodly. Why is that even on there? C U. Hey, Scatman. Yes. I just feel like people will get it. Goodbye. No, Scatman, that's not what I'm sorry. Is there like a more economical way, time-wise, to do this, maybe? Yes. Oh, really? Is it what we think it is? Yes. Not it. Okay. Just try to be quick about it, okay?
I'm the Scatman. Where's the Scatman? I'm the Scatman.
Okay. Thanks, Scatman. Yeah, that was a lot quicker. That would have taken forever to spell. Yeah, we all really liked it. Thanks, Scatman. Bye. Does anyone remember why we wanted to talk to him? Ah! Todd. Come in. Dalton Kennedy, I'm Nikki's father. Please, it's a pleasure to meet you. Nikki's told me virtually nothing about you. Please enter. Nikki's just upstairs with her mother, getting ready for your big night at the junior prom. Hair, makeup, you know, girl stuff. So I guess for now it's just us boys. Why don't I give you the tour? Here's the house. So Todd! Facebook tells me you're somewhat worldly. Went to Vancouver over Christmas break. Know I'm something of a traveler my own self. I thought it might be a fun little icebreaker, man to man, if I showed you a memento from my own travels abroad. Hold tight. Do you happen to know what this is, Todd? Well done. It is a machete. It's got a real nice swing to it. You want to give it a swing? No, please. I insist. Take it. Take it from me. Suit yourself. You know, Tom, in ancient Japan, blades were revered as much for their artistry as their effectiveness. They were seen as great masterworks. The machete, however, is an instrument of pure purpose. It forgoes elegance for heft, power. Its name, after all, derives from the Spanish little sledgehammer. This humble agricultural tool has carved a bloody swath of atrocity throughout human history. It is, after all, the namesake of the Boricua Popular Army, or Los Macheteros. And of course, calling card of the dreaded Tonton Baku, boogeymen of the Haitian paramilitary. This little guy could cut through 6 miles of overgrown jungle and still lop off your arm like a slice of summer butter. Do you know why I would keep something so dangerous in my home? Gardening? I like that. I keep it as a reminder. A reminder that even here in so-called polite society, even the best of us can be entirely uncivilized, entirely impolite. Savage. Like so much overgrown jungle. Do you understand what I'm trying to say, Todd? You do? Good. We have a rapport. Since we're getting along so well, since we've become such fast friends, why don't you tell me what your plans are tonight with my daughter? What's that, Todd? No, nothing is wrong. Should I be getting a wrong feeling, Todd? No, the blade is resting safely atop my skin. No, Todd, I'm not crying. If I was, which I don't think I am, it's because I'm so emotional because my little girl is all grown up. Let's scream. You and me together for fun. Ah! Well, that didn't help. Here's another fun fact about machetes. I don't know anything about machetes. I Wikipedia 3 things about machetes and I don't even think they're true. You think buying a police auction machete makes me some sort of machete wizard? It doesn't. But if monologuing about the beautiful simplicity of the machete as a killing tool is going to stop you from getting a teen boner at crunch time, call me Machete Jimmy. I don't know. Oh, shit, fuck. Okay. My wife and daughter are coming downstairs. Here's what's going to happen. You don't mention a word of this to either of them. Here is $63 in cash. You can stay out until 12:30, and I want a verbal agreement of no boner stuff. Deal? Don't be an asshole, Todd. Switch hands. You are listening to KFNJ, the sound of Gravenhurst that was photographed by Nickelback. It is 5:15 on a beautiful Friday afternoon, and whether you're hitting the lake or getting ready to hit the grill, you're going to want to keep it locked and loaded all weekend long, because this weekend, KFNJ is spending the whole long weekend running down the top 500 hats.
Top 500 hats.
We polled the entire greater Gravenhurst area for the top 500 hats of all time as chosen by you, and we're going to be running them down all long weekend long. Kicking off the countdown at number 500, Chef's Hats. The very limited appeal and functionality of the chef's hat, keeping it low on the countdown, but unable to knock it out entirely. At number 499, let's see who remembers this little baby. It's Fedora with a card in the side that says press. Reporters don't wear these very often anymore, but it's still a great way to tell who's a reporter. And at number 498, burning up the charts, it's Propeller Beanie. Folks, we're gonna get into some Nickelback. This is how you remind me. But keep it locked and loaded all weekend long, because we're counting down all the way to the number 1 hat.
Never made it as a wise man. Couldn't kill it as a poor man's fool. Tried to live like a blind man.
the ice storm hit us over in the Alaskan wilds. 10 men crashed down in that frozen wilderness. 6 weeks later, just one come home. I brought something back with me. Something I'll never be free of no matter what I do. Something I saw in those woods, something I know. The things I did to survive. Picking over the bodies of my friends for clothes and food. Euthanizing a wounded man with a rock before his screams could draw the wolves. It showed me who I am inside. Who I really am. And that no matter what I've always told myself, no matter who I pretend to be in the so-called real world, I am not, and I have never been, a Chandler. You go your whole life thinking, because you're quick with a joke around the office, you're a Chandler. Simple as that. You might have even took a quiz online, told you the same thing. Easy, breezy, wise, crackety Chandler, ain't you? The forest knows different. The forest will show you. It's a crucible that burns away your precious preconceptions and leaves you alone with the man you are in the dark. A man who I promise you has little to nothing in common with Central Perk's favorite Quipster Chandler Blair. Used to have a little joke I'd do. People would ask me, hey, which friend would you be on Friends? I'd say, could I be any more of a Chandler? You know, like Chandler would say! A classic joke out like Chandler! But as I strangled the last ounce of life out of that wolf, his eyes looked into mine, calm and knowing as if to say, yes. Yes, you could be much more of a Chandler than you are. He was right. And now I'm back in civilization, watching all these people walking around, convinced that they're Chandlers or Rachels or goddamn Phoebes. I know the truth. I don't know until the day I die. God help me. I'm a Ross. That's all I am. That's all any of us are, don't you see? We're nothing but Rosses. Late season Rosses. So to answer your question, Doctor, that's how I'm doing. You know what, you're kind of a Joey, because he always used to say that. How you doing? It was funny.
This Friday, the All-Star Stand-Up Comedy Tour that's been leaving the nation shocked, salty, and owned is coming to your town live. Get your tickets now.
So I was in this liberal hipster coffee shop the other day, and this blue-haired teenager was like, "Sir, do you need room for dairy or soy?" And I was like, excuse me, did you just assume my gender?
It's the kings of right-wing comedy. You see them on Twitter, on YouTube, and on Facebook. Now see them live, like Big Paul DeSanto.
I'm walking down the street the other day and this kid comes up to me with a clipboard and he's like, "Hey man, do you have a minute to talk about climate change?" I was like, "I don't know, man. Do you have a minute to not assume my gender? Come on!"
Watch out, snowflakes, because it's going to get real, rugged, and raw, and nothing's off limits. Especially not for Stevie J. Tamblyn.
You ever notice how conservative men sit in a chair like this? And liberal men assume my gender.
All your favorite right-wing comedy stars will be in the building, live on stage, doing the one and only joke there is. The one where you pretend that you're mad that people assume your gender. Like the maestro himself, Mad Dog Joey Burke.
A liberal online who was woke got mad when I tweeted a joke, but committed the fail of calling me male, and I was like, "Did you just assume my gender? Oh!
Buckle up, baby. Did you just just assume my gender is a thing that liberals supposedly say sometimes. And that means we'll be saying it ironically all night long. Just like Brandon Weird Gender Matheson.
If you don't think my gender is a 1998 Ford Fiesta, then you might just be assuming my gender.
That's right. If you thought they were just going to ask if you assumed their gender and leave it at that, then think again. Because sometimes they'll also go on to say that their gender is some sort of funny object or vehicle. And speaking of funny objects, better make way for Scott Hawkins and his little buddy Pablo.
Oh, Pablo? See? Where does a guy like you shop for clothes? Did you just assume my gender?
Ah, that's right, y'all. He really seems like he's setting the table to do a bunch of racist stuff and then he forgoes it entirely for the gender thing. This show is stacked back to back to back to back with comedic heavy hitters. They're all deeply socially conservative. They all have comedy specials called Triggered, and you better not ever assume their gender, baby, or look out.
You can take a card. Is your card the King of Diamonds? It is? Ladies and gentlemen, you just assume that card's gender. And then I assume your gender when I call you ladies and gentlemen. And my gender is a card. I'm like a funny magician. Hey!
It's the kings of right-wing comedy. Get your tickets now. Don't assume they'll be available at the door. Or my gender. Don't assume my gender.
On a sunny Sunday morning, and we are still in the studio deep in our countdown of the top 500 hats. Clocking in at number 252, it's a real blast, blast, blast from the pass. Helmet from a suit of armor. Parts of this one count as a mask, so look for it next weekend. We will run out our top 100 masks. At lucky number 251, it's not for everybody, but if it's for you, it's really for you. Construction hats! Construction workers voting in droves for construction hat. They love the way it keeps their noggin safe. And now, folks, we are officially halfway through our countdown of the top 500 hats with a little something something for the ladies. At number 250, it's fancy lady hat. I'm talking about a wide brim hat with a feather coming out of the top, like a fancy lady might wear to the theater in a simpler time. Ravenhurst, we've still got 240 more hats to go, so keep it locked, loaded, and cranked, because we're going to be running them down all downtown. Think you know what the number one hat's going to be? Think again. Think again forever. Here's that Nickelback song from Spider-Man. So I guess it was about half a year, all told. Well, no, I guess we split up a month ago, so not quite half a year. I should have known it wasn't going to work. We were very different kinds of people. I was like a low-key, laid-back, artsy guy. She was a moth that had flown into my apartment. Romeo and Juliet, right? I fall for it every time. Well, I mean, I don't know. What's she been saying? Have you talked to her? Wow, check it out! Now I'm over here! Wow, look! Now I'm on the edge of this dresser! Wow, this dresser is big! But now I'm over here! We moved in together too quickly, and I know that for sure. I barely even remember how it happened. I think one day I just had my window open and she was, you know. And that wasn't a big place. You've seen my apartment for 2 people? I mean, she was like this big, but still. And there was like ages where she would just move for like unmoving on the wall for like 6 hours. And then like, at that point, I'd honestly just give up and go to the bar. And that's not cool. I know that's not cool. Oh my God, someone's coming. Oh my God, I'm not going to move. Oh good, they're gone. I'm not gonna move for 6 hours, just in case. Communication was a big problem. There were times when, like, whenever a light bulb was on, she would just, like, shut down and I'd be dead to her. And I mean, that was most of the time, especially at night. But it's like, there were times, and this is shitty, don't tell her I said this, but there were times when I was honestly like, does she understand that we're in a romantic relationship? Does she know that? I don't know if this is TMI, but intimacy was also a problem. We were not in sync. She would do this thing, and I don't know where she read that this was good, where she'd kind of fly around and like try to land near my eye, and I'd be like, I don't like that. You know, all roads lead back to no communication. You know? Oh my God! Is that the moon? As far as I know, that's the moon, and I need to get inside of it. Nope, can't get in that way. Nope, can't get in that way. How in the hell do I get inside that moon? And I'm not the best dressed guy in town, and I know that. I go for a thrift store thing, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but that's what I like. They're not the best clothes, but those are the clothes I like. Don't eat my clothes. Wow, this fridge is huge. Wow, this couch I'm on is huge. Oh my God, the moon! Am I happier now? I don't know. No. I mean, I guess it's cool. I can leave my closet door open whenever I want. She hasn't come back for her stuff, that filmy black stuff she left on the door frame, so I guess that's mine. Just gonna focus on me for a little bit. Work on my music. Maybe when I'm ready, I'll call up that box of dryer sheets that was flirting with me a while ago. Fix the huge gas leak in my apartment, shit like that. Oh well, right? It is better to have loved them off. Easy for you to say, Shakespeare. Hey, did you see this? My wings look like they have eyes on them. Check it out! I'm looking at you. I'm always looking at you. I was always looking at you. Can we just turn up the lights and everything? Thank you, thanks. How's everyone doing? We're getting pretty close to the end here, but I just wanted to stop because I actually have a kind of a special announcement to make. This took me a little bit by surprise, but I just found out that Mr. Morrison, who was a high school English teacher of mine, who kind of found me at a time when I was really disillusioned and didn't think that school or words or literature really held anything for me, and really taught me and the rest of my classmates the power of artistic expression and the written word, and really made us believe in ourselves as creative individuals, and then was unfortunately fired for his unorthodox teaching methods. And on his last day, we all stood up on our desks and said that we'd never forget him and we'd always be true to our artistic vision. Has actually snuck into the back of the theater. I haven't seen him in many years, but I guess he was just here to kind of sneakily look at one of his proteges expressing their artistic truth, and I guess hoping to feel from that his life's work was valid. So I wish I wasn't about to do this next sketch. It's really fucking stupid. But I've done most of my other ones. The Moth one would have been a great one for him to see, but the tech book is the tech book, and I can't change it now. And Mr. Morrison said he'd never make excuses. So I hope you like this next sketch, whether you're just a random comedy audience member looking for like fun referencey comedy, or you are a very old former teacher looking for some sense of meaning in his life in what I am now realizing must be your absolute last days. Anyway, shit. This is Frasier versus Predator. Now, Predator, I must warn you. If you detect a red blob in your thermal vision, it is simply me, preparing for my red-hot date with the first chair oboist of the Seattle Philharmonic. I beg your pardon. Now I will not help you skin the dog! Oh, honestly, Predator! Would that you were invisible and inaudible!
Hey baby, I hear the blues are calling. Toss salads and scrambled eggs.
There you go.
Wait, stop.
Kitty, Yeah, he's
And
not.
maybe I seem a bit confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. But I got you pegged. But I don't know what to do with those tossed salad and scrambled eggs. They're calling again. Scrambled eggs all over my face. What is a boy to do? Frazier has left the building.
And for all those reasons and more, the number 2 hat of all time is Duke. Folks, it is 7:45 on Monday night, the end of the long weekend. We've been counting down the top 500 hats of all time all weekend long, and we are down to the last hat standing. We've tabulated your votes. We've listened to your calls and letters. Without further ado, the number 1 hat of all time is regular baseball hats. And the phone lines are exploding. It was a photo finish, and results like this are gonna get people's blood pumping. The calls are flooding in. Even Margot, our station manager, who was away all weekend, is running down the hall, freaking out. She can't believe the results. She's banging on the glass. She's writing something down and holding it up to the glass in a desperate attempt to get me to look at it. She can't believe the results of our top 500 hats. Hits. Hits, I guess this was supposed to be. That makes way more sense for the radio. Folks, call in now. Call, and just name any hits for us, because we need to get this done very quickly. Just call and name random songs. We'll arrange them in an arbitrary order in these final moments of the long weekend. Just block it and note it and listen to it. Nickelback can be a ton of them. That's fine.
And now, back to What Are You Triggered? With Kirk Shaughnessy on Alpha Logic Radio.
Welcome back to What Are You Triggered? I'm Kirk Shaughnessy. And I'd like to conclude this week's broadcast with a message to our dear friends, the millennials. The weakest and most useless generation since mankind allegedly crawled up from the sea. Millennials are on a mission to safeguard, sanitize, and baby-proof every aspect of your way of life, and they will not stop until your children's children have de-evolved into a subspecies of spineless, helpless SJW larvae. Well, here is a message for you. When I was your age, I was not coddled. I was not handheld. I was not raised to believe my feelings were more important than objective fact, and my only safe space was a magical world of elves that I was inadvertently teleported to by an enchanted library book, and you would not have lasted a day there. You see, back in a little time we like to call the 20th century, when a young boy named me was inadvertently zapped into a world of elves they like to call Tirval-i-El, the elf realm, I started out with nothing. Clothes on my back, the magical amulet around my neck, and the Pegasus companion that gave it to me. And if I wanted a handout beyond that, tough shit. You see, I knew I wasn't going to receive a participation award for failing to save the elves' village from Doomheart the Gargoyle King. I knew he wasn't going to turn off his machine that sucked up rainbows and turn them into gloom clouds because it offended me. Like everyone else in my generation, I pulled myself up by my bootstraps. I solved a series of riddles in a maze. I found a magical sword in a waterfall, and then I threw it at the Gargoyle King while he attacked me atop his flying crystal bee. And then I got one quick parade, and then I was out of there. But these days, everyone's a special snowflake. Everyone's opinion matters. No one's ever wrong. Well, let me ask you this, you Me Too hashtagging witch hunters out there. When I returned to our world, which they called the realm of man, by the way, sorry PC police, how many people do you think believed me? Go ahead and guess. I'll wait. I'll sit here and drink my coffee and wait as you formulate a big fat guess as to how many people believe that a book teleported me to an enchanted world of elves where I learned how to believe in myself and became their prophesied boy champion and kissed an elf princess. Because if you guessed a number of people higher than one, Mr. Stanley, the kindly librarian who warned me about the magic book, you are wrong. Millennials, it is time to wake up to cold, hard reality. Just as I did in the hospital, when my mom and dad told me a book had fallen off a shelf and knocked me out and I had been asleep for a day. Reality 101, kids. Life is hard. Gargoyles are strong. Books are heavy and thick. And magic amulets aren't actually magic. The real magic was inside of you all along. And if your Pegasus companions had the balls to let you learn that on your own the way mine did, maybe this country wouldn't be in the shitter. My name is Kirk Shaughnessy. You have a lot of growing up to do. And I'm sorry if this triggers you, but a snail taught me how to dance.